You're live.
Recording in progress.
You're live.
Good afternoon. This is the Construction Board of Judgments and Appeals. Just Wednesday, okay? This one. Good afternoon. This is the Construction Board of Judgments and Appeals. Wednesday, June the 3rd, 2021, at 12:05 p.m. Via video conference, Harlingen, Texas, and at City Hall Building, 118 East Tyler, Harlingen, Texas, 78550. This is a meeting of the Harlingen Effective Commission. However, according of the City Commission may be present, other City Board members may also be present. Notice this hereby given by oh, that's not okay. So we go to the second page. Huh? Second page. Okay, so I'm gonna do the page. Oh, this is the welcome to get it. You will just start with this welcome everybody. Okay. Welcome everybody. Do we have a citizens communication? No. No, what will be called? Okay.
The audio is a little hard for me to understand. I don't know how it is for everyone else.
You will speak a little bit louder, Ms. Allison?
Louder, clearer, something. It's just kind of running together for me.
Okay.
It's a little muffled on my end.
All right. Item number 2, approval of the minutes of meeting of April 7, 2021. Do I hear a motion?
So moved. David Day.
We have a motion here, a second?
Second.
I second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. Okay, number 3 item, public hearing in action regarding an order to abate real property pursuant to the Texas Local Government Code CH 214 and City Ordinance 2020-06 by a structure located at 209 North First, Baron Legal of Harlingen Original Southside, and 60, Lot 7-8, Block 37. And this is a public hearing regarding the compliance or non-compliance with the City Ordinance 2020-06. B, consideration and action finding evidences and ordering the repair of demolition of the structure located at 209 North First Street, Harlingen, Texas, 78550, Harlingen Original Townsite, and 60, Lot 7-8, Block 37.
Okay, my name is Manny Aceves. I'm the code compliance manager for the city of Harlingen. We're bringing back this structure. As it still stands right now, it's still in non-compliance. Just to give a brief summary there, I sent you in the packet. Under the summary, we're still quoting the 2018 International Property Maintenance Code, where the property is defined as unsafe. The structure is still dangerous to life, health, or other properties around that area. We've also deemed it under the 108.1.5, where the structure, or any part of the structure, either being the roof or structural members, have been damaged by either fire, earthquake, in this case, wind, flood damage, deterioration of the roof, and now it's causing an issue on the adjoining property. We've asked that the property owner bring the property into compliance, and it has not been done. In the packet that I submitted to you, some members, you'll see the pictures of the roof. It's still the same way. It hasn't been addressed. The gentleman, the owner, Mr. Martinez, did submit a picture where he did correct on the front entrance, it's one of the last pictures that you have in your packet, where the front entrance, the debris has been picked up and the roof appears to have been boarded up. But besides that, the structure on the top still continues to be open. It's still being damaged by any rain that we have here in the city. So we're still recommending that the Assistant Board of Adjustment take action on the property. It's been declared a nuisance. We want the property remediated. The gentleman did submit some information to you guys. It's also in the packet. I know we had a deal the last time we were going to submit a flooring plan, which Mr. Martinez has done. It's for your review. Is that satisfying the board's request from the last meeting that we had? You guys have any concerns or questions with the plan that was submitted? Keep it in the packet.
So I received the engineered drawings that show the bracing and the shoring required for the walls. So it looks like the owner has moved forward with procuring those professional design services and getting that done. I've also received his timeline, which he states that shoring plan is to be installed to secure the building by June 30th, 2021. Obviously, that's today. What is the status of installing the building shoring?
My question also.
Yes, hi, the shoring, as of now, not been installed. It was supposed to be done this week. Right now, we have about 80% of the interior cleaned out. I got a call from the crew that they were unable to finish because of the rain.
Can anybody understand him? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, let me get a little closer and speak a little louder. As of today, the flooring has not been completed. The reason being, they were supposed to finish this week. I do have a crew out there. They're clearing everything out, taking all the trash out of the trailers. They've taken about 4 loads out, and they have a 5th load to take. That would be the last load, so it's about 80% cleaned out. And after that, the bracing of the walls would continue, but the crew informed me they were unable to continue working because of the rain that these past couple of days had been, water had been accumulating there, and the dump where they are taking the garbage that they're taking out is closed when it rains. They won't let them deposit any more material into the dump site. So he said, as soon as the rain lets up, they will continue taking out the remaining trash, and then brace the wall.
Is there any
would you-
bracing on the wall? Excuse me.
Is there any bracing on the wall currently? No. I did contact 3 different individuals to go out there and brace the wall. They were busy with other endeavors. The crew that is going out there wanted to clear the space out prior to bracing the wall. In order to brace the wall, they did inform me they would need to knock down a non-weight-bearing wall to facilitate the angulation of the bracing. So they want to clear everything out first. And I did reach out to another contractor, but he wanted payment of $10,000, $20,000 up front, which I was not able to afford that. And just on a side note, the reason this hasn't been addressed or completed, I am currently in the process of renovating an adjacent building, well, a building in a different area, and there's been some things, there's some hiccups, some scheduling, some, conflict with scheduling the carpenter and the tile guy and the painter guy on the same days, and then they couldn't work because as one was working, the other one was there. So that kind of created a buffer in that timeline. And it just kind of, it's a very slow process, but kind of like trying to herd cats, trying to get the construction crews out there, and then when they're available, you know, if I don't get them right away, they'll take another job. And by the time have them able to go out there, a couple of days have passed, maybe a week has passed, and then with the sporadic rain here and there, it's kind of really slowed down the process.
Well, from my end, I think what I can say is I drive by that building every day, and so I have seen some visible improvements. The front debris cleaned up. I am glad to see that the new building owner is taking some proactive steps in remediating this building. And I can understand difficulties in scheduling contractors and construction. Even the professional guys that do this day in and day out and schedule projects and manage construction projects, everybody's struggling with scheduling right now. It seems like it's something that's industry wide. So, I appreciate that we have a schedule, some milestones and some dates for when the owner plans on getting things done. More than focus on the dates, what I do like is, the sequencing of things seems correct. And, I think my comment to the rest of the board members would be, is if we see some good faith effort here, I'd like to see the owner continue with this plan.
I have a quick question, owner. Have you purchased the bracing material so that as soon as you have it clear to get that 30-degree bracing angle in there, that it can go ahead and be thrown up?
I have called McCoy's and gotten estimates. The workers, when they drive in, they go to the place, they load up the carts, and then I pay for it over the telephone. So I haven't paid for it yet because there's a delivery fee of $60, and if they deliver it to the location, it's not secured yet, and I don't want to get it damaged. So when the workers come in, they'll pick up the equipment they need. They go and select exactly what they need, and then they give me a telephone call, and I take care of it over the phone.
Okay, if the material has been ordered or an order slip can be shown, it's like Chris said, we're in the process has started. I think he's calling for a 3-inch diameter steel pipe, and I don't think McCoy carries that. So if you're going to substitute wood for that, then have the engineer bless the use of wood bracing in lieu of the 3-inch diameter steel pipe for the wall bracing, which, he will have some equivalent of a 4x4 poster or double 2x4. So get that done, because I don't think McCoy's has the steel pipe. So just make sure you're ordering the material according to this brace plan.
Yes, sir. You can send me a receipt if you like. Okay. Send me a receipt for that. I can share the receipt with the board. Yeah. Maybe that will help. Okay. All right. Yeah, I did speak with the engineer about revising his plan. He suggested instead of the steel, to use two 2x4s or one 2x6. I will leave that to the discretion of the workers, what they feel more comfortable as far as material wise. But I will definitely get an addendum from the engineer to that he is go ahead.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean, he has talked to the engineer because that's exactly what I would have told him. So it sounds like we have a plan underway, being implemented, being delayed. I mean, you're working inside, so as long as you got cover over you, you can. It's mainly that one wall where the roof has already collapsed that's essential. And if you look at this plan, it says only where the roof has been removed up to 10 feet is that bracing required at the time. Now, when you start replacing roof, then you add the bracing as you go. But only that one wall that's now exposed where the roof collapsed is the one that has to be braced right now to continue working. So we don't have to have that whole bracing plan installed immediately, just that one wall. You can use 2x members now. So that you ought to be able to go ahead and get in and hopefully, get this thing going. Of course, that's also the wall it's open where the rain's coming in. And it's raining, well, it was raining outside my window right now. My suggestion is the same with Chris to proceed, make the appropriate adjustments to your timeline to, as long as that end date is going to be somewhat closely adhered to is the main thing. And then we get this, I mean, he's well into it. He's spending the money, got people working. So the work has begun, and that's what we as a board have requested. So I see the progress.
Right, so as, the last order that we had from the construction board, we were gonna require, I know we're still gonna require him to report to us, city, progress or the performance of that building. Do you still wanna see that timeline, that schedule? He is, in good faith, reporting to us. Maybe have another meeting in another 30 days, 60 days, to see where he's at.
Yeah, what was the end date on that schedule?
Well, he had to submit it no later than May 7th. And we're already, June 30th, and we just,
Yeah, but I think he had an October 30th date on it. I mean,
The complete, I've got it in front of me. It says complete construction by November 2022.
that's over a year.
that's that's
Yeah, that's subject to change. It could be
was that a misprint or 2022 or 2021?
I don't have that particular.
I think it seems it seems long, but the step before that, complete set of plans to be submitted for city plan review and approval, November 5th, 2021. So it looks like he's giving himself, after receiving approval of all plans, about a year to complete construction, which, if you've got a really experienced general contractor, it seems like a little bit long, but if you're working it yourself as an owner and subbing it out, I think that's not unreasonable.
No, it's not. Only thing I would request if we can get a tentative start date after that November 5th. And that way we show you're having a timeline to meet November 22nd, because you couldn't give a start date of September 22nd. It has to be a reasonable time after November 5th.
Well, because you're just saying that it's gonna explain the time of year. We're gonna explain it over here. So it might not be from, I think you want to look at that. So my understanding is like commercial, you have a new So it's gonna expire, and it's gonna be on site related to the. So basically, you have a year, then it doesn't matter what it is.
Within, I think we can, if you have a motion, so that we have to do it. Ms. Anderson, do we need a motion to that from the board?
Well, what would the motion be?
We've got the motion on, we've got the agenda, the minimum that you need for compliance with the statute. But you can add pursuant to compliance with the schedule as provided. And I didn't really hear everything that was just said now, but assuming the public hearing was called, opened, allowed, and then closed, then you can move on to the agenda item as provided in the agenda, make the motion with that language, but you can add ordering the repair in accordance with the schedule provided in the packet.
Okay, we're going to open the public hearing. And, I can get a motion on, from the governor, let us see what, if you have, something else to say, okay, we can say it. During the public hearing, okay? Yeah, you can, you know, you can just one out.
Now just, I was talking to the crew about, addressing that exposed wall first, putting the bracing there of at least 3 to 4, braces encompassing 30 to 40 feet, and then working on that segment first. That's it, I'm not sure what else I could say regarding the 76 feet that you look back in, that we have a 72 feet. Yes, I will update Mr. Cervantes with, updated photographs of the work in progress as well as receipt of any materials purchased in this endeavor.
Is there a question there?
No, he's making a statement. He's making a statement where he's gonna update Mr. Cervantes, the public planning and director, on update on how the construction is coming along.
And receipt of materials.
How much time do you think they need to do the bracing?
The bracing, if we take it in segments, they can do it in 2 or 3 days if they just do 30, 40 feet of it. If we get some wood screws and concrete screws and some bracing, well, prior to that, I do need to get the addendum from the engineer to allow the use of the 2x4 or the 2x2.
Yeah, this is supposed to be done by today, after the weekend. Okay, so, okay. So, we close the open meeting and, the public hearing. Ready? You're gonna close the public hearing. I close the public hearing. And, resident comments from the board.
Can we do something about the audio? I'm still having trouble here understanding.
I am too.
What I said, just close the public hearing. Okay, and, my question is, do I have any comments from the board?
Do we make a motion at this point?
Yes.
I make a motion in addition to the city requirements and deadlines that we allow the owner to proceed with his schedule and for completion by 2022, and with the revised engineering plan and a tentative start date for construction after the architectural plans are provided.
Okay, we have a motion, do I hear a second?
I second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
I'll keep them updated. Keep going to the meeting.
Okay, so, do I hear a motion for adjourn?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thank you all. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rain.
I'll follow up with staff regarding order.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Okay, all right, thank you.